Hey guys, welcome to another Crypto Sparta podcast episode. I'm here with Brian, and it's just us, and it's quiet, and the markets are quiet.
Yeah, quiet bear, or we're in the bear, like we said kind of last week. Yeah, crypto's going through kind of a dip right now. So Bitcoin's been hovering between like 38,000. Um, it's been very choppy, just like straight flatlining, sideline action between like 39 and 38, basically. And then ETH has been going back and forth between it was at 2,800, 27.5 in the early of the week, but now it's just been 26. Like the charts have been identical basically. And crypto overall has been on a huge dip.
I mean, everything has been in a huge dip, and like we've been seeing people kind of in my MBA group, we've discussed how the flight to safe commodities, like precious metals,
Nickel's
nickel,
going up.
nickel,
I didn't even read how far
nickel,
into
wheat,
that.
gas, like
Yeah.
the opposite of crypto. So
It's like,
crypto is kind of on the opposite end of the risk swing.
yeah, people are playing war stocks right now, like,
Raytheon.
defense companies making missiles, like wheat, people shorting wheat,
Yeah.
gas is at a very annoying price, and like that's a big media issue. So all these factors are not helping crypto, and rate hikes too. And
I feel like a lot of the times when we do these, we can do like the market for crypto, and then we kind of do a transition into the macro, and the macro is like awful.
yeah, crypto itself feeds off macro, right? A lot right now. And not a lot of good coins out there. Like, Luna has been.
We were talking about how Luna has gotten. This is the interesting thing where we discuss the difference between like traditional finance and crypto, where the funding and the financing is totally like opaque because of anonymity. And Do Kwon, Stablecoin, the head of Luna, UST is United States Terra, which is a dollar coin based off of that ecosystem. And then Brian was telling me some like news about another company that was like basically taking transactions to fund like the bridges between these different chains. And then, I mean, maybe Vitalik really had a point. You just should have listened to him. He was like,
Just bridge.
interchain
No,
is
bridge
going to
is not
be,
secure.
yeah, bridge is not secure. Who's handling the money? Wormhole hack on Solana.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like,
who's actually propping up these stable coins? Are these markets like safe?
and they like
This is
create
FUD, but this is like my opinion.
well, they create opportunity for people to fund, like Phantom, for example. Like there is like this article by Rekt, uh, at REKT. He wrote an article, like kind of shitty investigation, kind of tracking, half-heartedly tracking wallets. And he noticed this transaction of like 400 million in Phantom, transferring from central exchanges to a certain wallet, a known kind of Phantom Docs wallet. And as soon as it's posted, Phantom tanked. But then like people started commenting like, they use this, it's easily identifiable that they're just providing reserves for the bridging. And even Zach
Zach, yeah.
BXT, pointed that question out. And they actually had to apologize, or like they took the article down, and then they had to apologize and people were getting on them for like not apologizing, and not mentioning them by name, like Phantom, like the people that they attacked. And like people are like suing, whales are suing them because it's like just complete disinformation.
Well, it's interesting if you start involving crypto into like the legal realm where how can you calculate the damages? So the lawsuit is still ongoing between the Bored Ape guy who sold his Bored Ape because of a glitch in OpenSea.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, if you count personal damages, it becomes, I think it's a civil lawsuit where they're just like, this was my Bored Ape, like it really messed me up. And then you can claim damages for like, I don't know, I got hacked and it was like, this is embarrassing or this is hurting my brand.
Someone stole my phone
Yeah.
that had $400,000 worth of crypto on.
There was a great news story about that. And I don't know if we covered it, but it's like the weird thing about crypto is that in the future, it's really racing towards, we keep talking about this discussion where CBDCs, they're talking about KYCing people going onto centralized exchanges. And there's going to be people like living the Wild West where it's strange to me because we're in the future, you know, in like a Black Mirror episode where this guy, what if you are very rich and then you pay a friend to wear a ski mask and say that he stole your ledger, and then that's how you move money around in the future. It's all on USB drives, and then the governments are going to be cracking down on it. You know, the central bank denominated coins are coming, and so maybe this kind of feeds into the executive order because
Yeah, so Biden had wrote an executive order, basically directive to do more research on crypto, cost benefits, and then look into the actual, you know,
the nitty gritty of it was actually bullish. However, what they were saying is that they're looking to be a leader in crypto. However, what they're looking to do is also, I mean, there's all sorts of stories on like news where you can see that they've been seizing, you know, millions, billions of dollars. There was the 4.1 billion hack that they finally caught and then they took in. And then now they're reinvesting the crypto gains to then have more and more IRS people trained into crypto tracking down.
Are they actually doing that?
They are. Well, I think it's like 71 million or 41 million.
Well,
it's like a blank 1 million, like double digit millions.
Well, they're giving the majority of the BTC back to the Bitfinex people. It's not like they have 4.1 billion Bitcoin that's theirs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They took the money from the people from Afghanistan. I think that this is fact. I'm not doing political opinions, but it's interesting because it's pertinent. It's germane. When you see what's happening with Russia, where the macro story, you know, if payment gateways are going to be opening up between Russia and China, but these are countries that we can see have bans on crypto. So in Russia, I believe you're only allowed to purchase $650 worth of Bitcoin a year. And all of the transactions need to be approved through certain centralized exchanges. So to prevent capital flight of the ruble, which has already happened.
That thing is like a shit coin.
It's like, yeah.
It's like down. 50%.
Well, it bounced up 50. Like, I mean, people are now playing with it. But what I had seen that was really interesting on the macro scale is that the projection is that now the ruble to the rupee and the ruble to the Chinese renminbi, the flows will be very large. And then the dollarization of the world will take a giant hit because they will be settling their payments P2P in between those countries in their own currencies. China typically puts on monetary controls to, like, they do the peg. They don't allow people to purchase as many dollars as they want. And then they set the prices.
Mm-hmm.
And then if there's an inflow outflow issue, they plug the holes because of, you know, America imports far more than it exports. And so our own economy generates enough. We have more than enough to pay. And then we get things from around the world. And I mean, do we think that the executive order is going to be bullish? Yes.
I think it's bullish. I mean, they are taking, it's basically a fact-finding mission, a directive to.
But I mean, are you ready to get microchipped? Like, are we in the full police state yet?
Just put Elon Musk's Neuralink and people want to get microchipped. Like the same people who are saying like Oh, but or like,
Dude, are you
I'm
playing the
getting
newest?
tracked.
Are you
I'm
playing the
getting
newest
tracked.
video game on Neuralink? You're not on Modern Warfare 5 Neuralink edition, like.
But I'm saying the same people who applaud Neuralink and applaud like Tesla are the same people who are like saying like Twitter's, Google's reading our data or taking our data, and like, they're hypocritical. I mean, it's hypocritical both ways. Like,
Well, it leads to maybe an interesting discussion that we can touch on, because it's like we didn't put this in our notes, but the future of decentralization, where it's like a lot of people, and we had this kind of overarching idea for the podcast today, that right now the retail person is capitulating. There's a lot of people selling their crypto to pay their bills or to pay for gas or whatever. Tax season that was exactly one of the big points I was going to say. There's a lot of people that made a lot of money last year. And then there's the interest of the market makers to then, if they know that there's a tax event that people are going to have to, that obviously these degenerate crypto people didn't factor in, like in their number system. Oh, I made a lot last year. And then if it drops 50%, I literally didn't save enough to pay my taxes. And then you can cause an event where then it causes more liquidations, more capitulation. The institutions are buying your coins. Like, this is a good little clip to put up on LinkedIn. The institutions are buying coins right now because retail around the world is in pain.
Yeah, a lot of people are hunkering down, like, cash. They don't know with the stock market, they're just gonna stockpile cash in their bank account or like, mattress.
Warren Buffett is still waiting to deploy their record cash pile. It's like in tens of billions, right?
Yeah, that they made off 2020.
What is it, like 40? They have a lot of cash sitting around, and then they're waiting for the time to spring. And I think that we'll see more blood. Goblin Town. Fu the Panda. Hey.
Shout out to him.
Shout out Fu the
Goblin
Panda.
Town cash is better than investing in 50% down coins, even with the 7.2 inflation right now. So
no, Bitcoin Panda 69, I believe. He's very famous. He talks with Zusu and like a lot of just, I mean, he's like an OG, moving to Puerto Rico, not spending much money, like just biding the time. Like, a lot of people are just like, look, they're trying to take your tokens.
He's a spot trader.
Yeah, no leverage. No leverage.
Spot trading. Just great understanding of the market. So if you say in Goblin Town, which is like 20,000 Bitcoin, we're still pretty high at like 38,000. People are tweeting like this is still 3x from the top of.
I heard people were saying they got bids in at anything under 30K. I think 30K would be hard to breach. But I mean, there's a lot of people who are like supposed to be smart who are like, there was this guy, Crypto Cred.
Yeah.
He's been on Up Only. And then someone was like, how is the price going down? And then he was like, it appears there are more people selling than buying. like
grab more rebounds.
Yeah,
like, how do you grab more rebounds? You pick up the ball.
Yeah.
More than the other.
It's just back to like, I mean, there's no fancy, nobody knows, everyone's got their hands up in the air, and it's actually just boring. There's not really news stories.
Like crypto Twitter is like quiet. Like there's a lot of
people are like, oh, thank goodness for these times where everything sucks so I can take a vacation.
Yeah, exactly. This is like definitely bear market, kind of keep your mind off crypto. You got Ledger doing TikTok imitations for 10,000 likes.
Cringe, but I mean, funny. I don't know. Funny. How did you feel about it? It's funny.
No, it's funny. It's funny.
I saw some of the memes. They put them into the.
Well, they green screened his background. So it was just like,
so you can put them in anywhere. Yeah.
But like that's where we're at with crypto Twitter. Like not a lot of new projects coming out. A lot of the current projects look like rugs when you zoom out.
So I was like mentioning to Brian about MRI, like it's gone up, it's gone down.
Yeah, it's back to like 6 cents.
No, it's at 8, I think. Let's check it. But
Not
I
a
saw
lot of
another
things.
thing that was very interesting, which was it's like yeah 7.7 or 0.7 or 7 cents, 7.7 cents. Yeah. But there's now it's done like kind of like it's started a ton of copycats. There's another coin called Student.
Yeah, I saw it today too. That
like
chart
1
already
mil-
looked like it rocked.
Did it already? Yeah, I mean,
But then
the rugs.
but I don't know, maybe it was, but
You
it's
never
like
know. You never know.
I mean, like trying to buy these
So Student
coins,
though, and then also like MRI. The idea is that there's a tax, and then at certain points, they pay out for the certain value or whatever. So Student is paying people's tuitions. But yeah, it already looked like it rugged.
let me see this chart. Because last time I saw it, it was like not that great.
I mean, this is like the picture of getting desperate
Yeah,
and
look at
trading like
this.
shit meme coins.
So big up,
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
It already popped up. And I looked at it, it was funny too, because someone tweeted it, and then I had like all these influencers.
Scrooge
like,
McDuck put it on his Telegram, and he
crypto-
said this is like a dirty,
Well,
like a
Crypto
dirty
John.
shit coin.
And then Daddy-O tweeted is like, oh, this person's in, and it was 12 minutes ago. And then I look at the chart, it was like already on the top. And it's like, yeah, think about it. It's like if you're not there, like right when it launches, your slippage is incredible.
Yeah, it's
Like,
50%.
It's like there's
You're
no
getting sandwich
liquidity.
attacks for sure.
And then unless
if you're not trading volume, it's a lot of people just like taking lottery tickets.
you're gonna get fucked at the back end because everyone's screaming or trying to get in line, and then you have to have high slippage, so you lose that, and then you got to pay that whatever tax of the
Dude,
tokenomics.
you have to realize that the whales actually are just like manipulating, because imagine just selling, you're like a whale that put in like $1 million, so you're like in control of the coin.
Yeah,
there's like, this is what crypto can do, is you can take anonymous wallets, and at 5 million, how many people in crypto have more millions than that? They can double the supply, and they're like, oh shit, it's a 2x.
Yeah, you can
everybody buy, and then you just sell into it with your bots and your programmed traders and stuff.
Yeah.
And
you just get rugged by the whales.
It's kind of incredible.
Liquidity.
I hate to say I'm sounding like Elizabeth Warren for like regulations, like, ooh, it's very, but I mean, come on, let me into the casino.
It is because I mean, there was a tweet where it was like, Trojan horse on the outside, it's a casino, but if you break it down, it's actually like high level innovation or like game theory or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like casino is just the very basic version of it. I mean, just like the stock.
But I mean, the big thing is like when you go into DeFi, I mean, it's kind of like, we can talk a bit about Phantom, and then I wanted to talk about the ecosystem a bit, because it's weird. We talk a lot about Phantom. It was like a big win for me. And like, we have friends that like trade NFTs on Phantom. Most people only know about ETH, if they even know about ETH. Most people don't even know about ETH. Most people don't even know about Bitcoin. Most people don't know about crypto. We're so early. We're so early.
Like, people talk about Phantom, like they don't even know.
They don't even know. It's not on Coinbase.
ETH or Bitcoin.
Phantom on Coinbase when? Like,
but the thing is, it's already on other tier 1 exchanges, so it doesn't even matter.
But most
it's on
people are
Gemini. It's on Voyager right now. I bought some on Voyager.
Most people are on Coinbase.
Yeah, but still, it's on a tier 1 exchange like that. As long as you have that USD Phantom pair, and Coinbase is whack anyways. Like, it's just bribing.
It is. Coinbase is whack.
They're insider trading. Like they're like the people who's in charge of launching those coins. Like, they have inside information, and they buy those coins before it gets listed on Coinbase. And then they just dump on
people. The OpenSea dude did the same thing too.
Yeah,
he was like, we're going to post it on our front page. Guaranteed pump.
Think about it. If they have you can do insider information on crypto. Like, it's just not on the stock. But like, if they know that they're
That's
gonna
why
post this on
Elizabeth Warren,
Coinbase,
Nancy Pelosi, they want their peace.
yeah.
They just want their peace.
But I mean, they're too busy trading defense energy stocks and defense stocks.
Yeah. That's true.
Uh,
But like maybe to transition, we're trying to every week incorporate NFTs and then just like a brief overview because we're not as much of experts, but sometimes there's big news, and the big news was that Yuga Labs, the head of Bored Apes, purchased Larva Labs, which had done CryptoPunks and Meebits.
the IP of it, not like the company, just like the intellectual property, which is kind of unique in a sense that we're talking about, a very new space with NFTs and intellectual property. You see knockoff, Bored Apes, or like, the whole PFP movement is kind of a knockoff based on those two top projects. So very interesting what the future will be.
Did you see Milady's too?
And
I feel like there's like a hype cycle in NFTs, and it's like I've been like learning about them where it's like really crazy because it's like every week there's something new, and there's like so many niches, and like it's very confusing, and people put a lot of conviction into stuff, and then it's like I've seen some projections of how an actual successful NFT project works. And so you start hyping out, you do the whitelist, and then you do the public mint, and then that's pre-reveal. And then the pre-reveals, that's when
that's like 75%.
that's when what's it called, Mon? Pixelmon?
Pixelmon, yeah.
They were trading pre-reveal at 13 ETH.
Well, the pre-sales were crazy. The pre-sales were 13
3 ETH each.
or 3
3 ETH
yeah.
a piece. But then on the aftermarket before the reveal,
Yeah, before the reveal.
that was insane.
We didn't even talk about it that much last time, but like the premise of that is that they were trading high, and then the art was just shit, and they found out they were just paying Fiverr people or like this other competitive website their art and then pixelating it into an NFT project. So like the guy who made Kevin like didn't know it was going to be used for NFTs. So like he didn't even know about that Kevin was part of this project, but they totally just ripped off. They just bought random art from people off this like marketplace and then just pixelized it.
Well, and I mean, the genius part of it, because I've been working on the Swagger Tooth NFT project, is that the way that they did their marketing was, I believe they just purchased a really expensive Twitter with like 160,000 people.
Yeah.
And then I believe they paid like, I don't know how many influencers, but there's some evidence if you want to dig deep into it, who shilled Pixelmon. There's like some big NFT influencers. I don't know. It's just a whole world, literally. And some people try to act like they're like, oh yeah, I get a lot of asks about how to get a job in crypto. And I'm kind of like, you got to like dive in, and like, you kind of really got to be into something, and you kind of got to be around for like a while. Like you need to start like
you have
recognizing
to find your
pattern.
niche.
Exactly.
It's like if
But NFTs is a whole world.
I mean, that's your own niche. Like
I'm like
just
into
focus
crypto,
on
and I don't
NFT.
even feel like I'm necessarily an NFT expert.
Like DeFi, like
I know a
it's
lot
really
about
hard.
NFTs, but still, to be an NFT expert, that's your full-time job.
Well, it's like you're either in DeFi or NFTs. It's really hard to do both, right? Like because there's so much going on.
But I mean,
so it's
there's a lot of different.
Pick one area and kind of focus on.
There's a lot of different things that you can do, but some of them are like just entitled, because you can be a programmer and then you don't know about the rest of it. You don't even, the programmers just get paid in coins of the network that they built or whatever, the coin that they built.
Yeah.
And then they don't even care about the rest of crypto because they're just into building. But then there's like the people who are like doing social media, you know what I mean?
Marketing, on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just
writing articles.
In Discords, like.
Yeah. Or there's fundraisers, there's people just bundling investments. And then all their stuff is just investor relations. They don't even, look at what actually the greater market is. But then there's traders who are just like looking at charts and stuff all day. And they won't think about anything else besides just
not
trading.
Even like very short-term charts too. Like 15-minute charts. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, I still suggest, because it was one of my favorite up onlys. What was it called when they had it was the big brain one?
Big brain of crypto. They had multiple. They had 1 and 2.
Well, the one with Suzu and with CMS.
That was
And
the first one.
Yeah, and it was big brain crypto, and you realize that there's these venture capital firms that have vastly different strategies, and then they only have to focus on one thing. So even within that singular industry of investments,
They have different guys for each sector.
there was one guy doing 10-year lockup. 10-year lockup, and then, they're tight partners that work together, and then they work to help each other with their investees and stuff. And then there were some where they were like, yeah, 30% of our capital is just traded, and we just have a trading floor. So there's one dude doing 10 years.
Yeah.
And then there's another one where they're like,
Minutes.
we're literally, minute chart, checking the news, doing quick
Play
flips.
both sides.
Yeah. And they were like, it used to be 10%, but we've done so well trading that it's outpacing our 70% long-term. Our long-term fund used to be 90%, but we're fucking killing it on the short-term trades.
Yeah.
And now some of these firms are market makers. SBF, he has an investment fund and he also has an exchange. I mean, and then, the regulations, I don't know. At the end of the day, will it be good? Are we trading in the big billionaires of the yesteryear for the new crypto?
We don't want a CBDC. I don't think that would be.
But the funny thing is, they're like, why even do a CBDC if we already have stable coins?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even need the government to be in control.
That's the point of the executive order, right? It's like fact-finding mission.
Well, the executive order, what they're saying is it's going to be like, at some point, they're going to need to KYC your wallet to always track what goes in and out of your fund, or
Yeah.
And then they're going to want to see your private wallets. So, and then they're going to
have to report your private wallets.
And then they're gonna blacklist physical wallets. But then at the end of the day, if you have a physical wallet, you can say you lost it. It's like a game theory.
But the thing is that, like, think about the people who had the Bitcoin. They couldn't cash out. Like, they couldn't launder it. Like, they just had it.
They could. People were talking about how dumb they were.
They did it poorly.
Yeah, they did it poorly. There are ways to do that.
Like, you can only, like we said previously, you can only tornado cast so much money.
That's true. But you can just do OTC trades, and they clearly weren't trying to run away. Like, they could have run. You don't even need that much money to run away. Why were they in New York? Why were they in their home country?
Well, because they didn't even.
We're the best government at tracking.
Because they had normal jobs. They just didn't.
Why have a normal job? You have $4 billion.
They didn't even use it. They just
something
like
is
to have
fishy.
it.
Something is fishy. It smells like a conspiracy.
Because they try to launder it.
They were the fall guys.
And they had like PSP. They got like PlayStation gift cards and like Target gift cards. Like, this person was just probably on Reddit or some 4chan chat and responded to this guy's message to buy this Bitcoin. And he's like, yeah, I want like this much Bitcoin for like, 70% off or whatnot.
Yeah.
And then they just held it and then like didn't know what to do with it once it got like super big. Because otherwise that would be like, red flag.
Yeah. So you're saying they're not the actual hackers?
No, they're not the hack. No, this is.
They were just launderers.
Yeah, they bought the people.
They bought the stolen Bitcoin.
Yeah, because obviously they're not smart enough to hack that BitFinex, but it was already confirmed that they bought it from the person, and like didn't know how to do it, and they're like,
bad bitch.
She's hilarious.
What's the name again too?
I don't even know.
Yeah, that's like a year ago, but it was like 6 weeks ago.
It was like a month ago.
Yeah, the Bitfinex hack. Yeah.
But,
I mean, things move fast, but also it gets boring, if there's nothing happening at some point.
Well, now it's just like you got to be very, honestly, if you want to join crypto, it's a good time. Maybe it's a good time to get in now and just like observe and just like figure it out because.
Well, the thing is, it's like if you actually get in now, like for instance, for me, and they always say this like weird, corny stuff, and like it's like, oh yeah, look at the people who are building during bear markets. And I'm like, I feel like the term build is like kind of corny.
No, you just gotta
And
make
like,
sure they're like
just
doing
keep
stuff.
building. Yeah, I know. And
Like,
but that's
they're
what I was
making
gonna get to,
updates.
is it's like I feel like I'm doing stuff. Like I'm like, trying to do stuff for
Like
the ventures and
telegrams are like
everything.
kind of toxic.
But there's a lot of people who are like, oh, are you really about crypto? Like nothing's happening. Are you just like sleeping on it? Like, I feel like it's like,
I think I'm just sleeping on it mostly. Like the average investor is,
the investors
just-
are exactly.
but it's different for like having a company.
Yeah, I know.
And
And that's my
doing
point. It's like,
crypto
that's why I'm
based.
like trying to like really like, keep things moving. And then you kind of get behind the scenes where it's not just like, there's like a lot of people who are really obsessed because number go up. And then if number doesn't go up, then everyone just acts like they're like too cool or don't care.
Or like they take a mental health break.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of people where, what is there to do? I mean, are you really going to be making trades? Are you really going to be moving stuff around?
Yeah, it's
Kind
like
of dumb.
it's like a slow down. I mean, people are trying to short Luna right now. Like,
Bold strategy.
yeah, people are like trying to
Bold
short
strategy.
because
They got billionaires behind them. That's the,
yeah.
and then that's the kind of the thing where I was like back in the day of the pattern of just like, all right, just follow the billionaires. Like, yeah, they're going to make more than you, but I mean, it is kind of like you realize if you look back where it was like, oh man, everything was just going up for a while. Kind of like
This
incredible.
will never end.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's, like-
Up only.
It's definitely learning experience, like being in crypto a year. It's been actually a full year now, where it was like things just like, it's very different from last year where you had new coins releasing like every week, it seemed like, and people are like, this seems well, they have all their documents aligned, they have this white paper. And then now it's like kind of crickets, like not a lot of people showing new projects. And it's just like it's just memes, people trying to joke around, like they'll like put the chart up of ETH and it's like guess this shit coin and like block it off. Like, yeah, it's like pretty quiet. People are starting being like political.
I think I was
like,
about to
in
say
Russia.
too, like we might be living in a bubble. So there might be a moment to like step back and be like, okay, we're pretty privileged because like there's parts of the world that are really having a rough time.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's a bit blasé to be saying like, oh yeah, like crypto's down. It's like, it's a lot of other things down.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know, man. They're saying that China's getting more COVID and they might shut the country down again. The Russia pull out from the world, and then also like food shortages potentially in the future.
Yeah.
They produce a lot of wheat. Yeah,
Ukraine
wheat is popping
produces
off.
like 80% of 30%, the other way around.
Yeah.
30% of the world's like wheat production.
No, but it's like 80% of Europe's, I think.
Yeah. But it's like, that's crazy. I mean, I don't eat that much wheat.
No, but it's in everything. It feeds cows.
Yeah. The different kind of feeds and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
And I mean, they're talking about how the supply chain is interconnected. And I was reading a Bloomberg article about how they downgraded their projections. They were looking at a retraction. I mean, basically, depression depends on how you factor the numbers. Is I believe 2 years of recession.
But it's kind of fucked up now because it's like
Well, the numbers are all thrown off.
If they raise the rates, like we're gonna go further into a recession.
Well, it's either that or you have hyperinflation. So
yeah. So
which one do you want to? Okay.
So we're gonna
hyperinflation or raise the rates? Yeah.
And then during wartime, and I'm already getting pissed off about the cost of goods. Honestly, like things should not
noticeable.
It's starting to be noticeable, honestly. And I'm like not that. I'm not like a complainer or whatnot or about
He's got a master's degree. He's a bioengineer.
Yeah, I do. I am reasonable person that, but things have definitely it's a cost of price. Even like buying beer and shit. Like Corona's case is now like $27. Now it used to be like 24. And that was just like last year.
I mean, McDonald's has gone up like probably what, 20%?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and then the thing is, it's like, it kind of hits because you're just like, I'm going to get the cheapest thing possible in America. And it's like $15. That used to be like
They used to get
real food.
Yeah. That'd be like a nice like dinner, $15. But now that's like a meal, like a combo meal at a fast food place.
Yeah, I was at like a Mexican place and it was like I just thought like if you just get everything you wanted, it just like I thought it should have been like $50. I was with a couple other people for a business meeting and it's like 85. And you're just like,
Seafood
whoa.
getting expensive.
Seafood, yeah.
Especially in the Midwest.
Yeah, it's about time to move to a foreign country. Like I was abroad and I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Puerto Rico the move?
That's Foo the Panda, Puerto Rico.
Because apparently if you move to like Portugal and all those crypto,
you need a lot of money.
Well, you need to give up your citizenship, your US citizenship.
There's a backlog of over 14 months for back. I'm big into the FATCA stuff.
But I wouldn't want to give up my citizenship to like live in Portugal.
The whole point, no, even to be able to be in Portugal, you need a golden passport where you invest $500,000. I recently spoke to my Portuguese MBA friend where he was saying that it's $500,000 or you invest $250,000, but you guarantee to hire 3 locals for your business. And then you have to give them a minimum of, I believe, 2,000 euros a month pay. And then that's how you get the golden passport. And then if you want to get out of your American citizenship, the backlog is 14 months because you have to do an in-person meeting and they're not doing it because of COVID.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, but like the thing is like I don't have a business. So
I've thought about it a lot, Brian. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I want to keep my US citizenship. So I think like Puerto Rico is the move.
It is.
You want to avoid taxes.
You just got to watch out for the hurricanes.
Yeah, just hurricane season, and then obviously,
Spanish.
Wrong neighborhood, like
you should know Spanish.
Cartels, that kind of stuff.
Not cartels, but I mean.
Well, if you're in the wrong side of the neighborhood, you get robbed.
Well, and they've been saying that it's been like the same thing where it's like tech colonialism, where, dude, Bali, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Panama. Really nice. Well, it's just these places where like you become a target because it's like, oh, you're like working remotely and now you're buying all the houses and now we can't own a house, and like then it causes tension with local people where
and they're like, fuck
in Vietnam, I think in Vietnam they don't allow foreigners to purchase stuff anymore. Thailand definitely doesn't. I believe Colombia doesn't. You need like partial citizenship to be able to purchase. I think you can purchase investment properties, but you are not allowed to purchase beachfront properties.
That was the whole
same thing in Australia. Labs. They're not allowing, a lot of countries don't allow Chinese people to purchase anything.
That was the whole point of labs.
Yeah.
They have not done
to like circle around. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that just gave me PTSD.
Yeah. But should we move to Shills? Because I got one.
Yeah, my show's not that great. I'm a full believer of Goblin Town. I'm with food.
Yeah.
And so cash is better than crypto. Convert it into stable coin, deposit into Celsius, get that 7%.
7% on Celsius. Go to Anchor. You can get 20.
Yeah, but that's not gonna last. That's the thing. It's
fair.
Like that thing is like losing. There's like tweets every day that's like losing money.
I've been looking at watches and I'm just like, would have been nice to have just like
that's also a good investment.
It's not a bad investment. Collectibles,
Rolexes, Patek Philippe's, like
physical items.
Like that's people joke about
physical collectors are increasing because there's a lot of rich people that are now just like
they want to launder their money
and purchase items, because the thing is, it's like other things aren't holding their value. Houses are holding their value.
Watches hold their value.
Watches hold their value.
Like, you buy a Rolex last year,
you never lose value.
It increases like 25% like each year. Like a Patek Philippe, if you like that's worth a house. Like that Nautilus, like 5711A, like the classic model.
Just going to my watch homies to take care of my watches. I'm just trying to get this swagger tooth money and then get some Rolly.
Yeah, dude. Trying to
Yeah.
this is the time to
No, it's just a smart investment. Like if you had bought a Rolly like a year ago, you'd be like, wow, really dodged a bullet there.
Well, it's like you gotta pay insurance on that stuff, but it's like the value goes up like each year because they only make so much a year. The styles they're not like every year styles. And then certain models, whatever. And so it's a retro look too. Like the classic Cartier watches look way cooler than the current ones too.
It's true.
So it's an investment, definitely an investment piece for sure. Just
Yeah.
don't get robbed.
What I was gonna do for the Shills was like, it's also kind of like an idea of how we warn about rewards, where rewards can be deceiving and like tokenomics and stuff. But the interesting thing is the mechanism I wanted to explain to people of rewards is that there are rewards that are also like compounding. So over time, you get basically payback for your loyalty. Why do you actually make money? It's because you just sit on the coin and then the rewards get larger and larger and snowball. But then the other factor is the price. But if the market is going up and down, then you kind of want to be rewarded for something that has longevity and that is actually paying you properly for being in the coin and being loyal. Now there are coins with burn mechanisms that kind of do this. And
Well,
then
there's coins that pay you out in stable coins.
exactly. And then there are also nodes. And then the nodes, there's like more competition and they're kind of shiesty. It's kind of like the
Strong
Ohm
right
stuff.
now.
Strong right now
The
is kind of
OG
the
node.
OG node. It's like Ohm.
It's down to like 122 right now.
If it gets to 100,
I
what
have
the way strong works is you need 10
10
coins.
strong, which
to be-
would be at 122.
1200.
1200.
Yeah.
Which it used to be 10,000.
Yeah.
Used to be 8,000.
And then people were taking their rewards and compounding their nodes, but some people took profits, and it's like they're making passive income. But now the passive income is 1/10 of what it used to be.
Yeah, so if you had one node, you get 3 strong, I think.
A year,
Or no, a month.
a month? No.
Yeah, you get
Or yeah, they start
you get
compounding pretty
0.1 a
quickly
day.
somehow.
You get
Yeah.
0.1 a day.
Oh,
Or
really?
0.09. And then so for 30 days that ends up being like 3. But like if you had multiple nodes,
There's Thor nodes as
there's
well. I
spreadsheets
don't
out
know about Thor nodes.
there.
I just
know-
trust Strong because it's kind of like a stronger brand, and
well, it's
I think the
OG
team
one.
is exactly.
And they also have like the new white paper that they released too, that they're gonna have their own chain, stronger chain. And there's these new tokenomics. I haven't gotten into the white paper or light paper, but apparently from other people, that felt, the educators out there, like Green Pill, it's pretty bullish.
So yeah, that's like basically my show. It's a good week. I mean, we made some out of
Hang in
nothing. There's
there.
not too much. Yeah. Just
Keep
like
surviving.
don't let them
It's
take
all
your
about
coins.
surviving.
Don't let them
no
take your coins.
leverage.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
leverage. Just out there.
not financial advice,
just
not
keep
legal
grinding.
advice.
We'll get through this.
Yeah, shout out Smithy.
Yeah. All right.
Loyal
peace.
fans. Peace.